Pink Lady Seabirds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is JImmiPynk. And y'all asked me to do this. I was going to leave it alone. Lord Jesus, I was going to leave it alone. But y'all didn't want it left alone, did y'all? So, for those of y'all that clicked on the video, you obviously know that today's gig is we need to KiKi about RuPaul. I'm sorry, I do not have on a girdle, and this chair is not flattering to my stomach, but fuck it. I basically have on normal clothes. I got on the wig, I got on the headband or whatever. But I chose to wear this because the colors are reminiscent of the transgender flag. Okay, first things first. You know what? Y'all gonna have to give me a minute. This one's gonna be rough. This one's a little bit rough because it's a sensitive. It's a sensitive topic to begin with, but it's not one that I have a great understanding of myself. So I don't want to fuck up and say something that I don't really mean. But let's start with this. So we already know there's a bit of a history with it being rumored or implied that RuPaul is anti-trans people. I don't necessarily think that that's true. However, I almost think it's the same thing that I brought up with the Thor, like, do you have a problem with black queens, but because you don't see yourself as a racist, you don't realize that you're doing and saying racist shit? I kind of feel like that's the same thing RuPaul is doing. I think that I'm sure RuPaul is 100% aware of the presence of transgenders and trans queens in the drag community. Because he himself has been doing drag for what, over 40 years now? However, you say some shit that's insensitive. You do that. And it's like, I'm going to equate it with the thing with Imus. Some of y'all might not remember this, but I'm going to equate it. There's a radio host named Imus. And he got in trouble because he made a joke about a women's basketball team calling them nappy-headed hoes. For those of y'all who don't get that, that sounds very derogatory towards black women. So he got in a lot of trouble for that. And Wendy Williams came out, even though I know she's not everybody's favorite, but she made a good point. And she said, when you are to the level that we are, where we are in the upper echelon of what we do as radio hosts, that we're making the largest salaries and we're the most nationally syndicated and we're on the biggest level like that, you have to know you can't get away with saying some of the shit that somebody that's smaller might be able to get away with saying, because more people are listening and more people are going to come at you. You hold more responsibility. That's where I'm at with RuPaul. You hold more responsibility than that, sir. You hold more responsibility than that, sir. You are almost single-handedly responsible for the renaissance of drag, and now drag is like in the mainstream. You're not even on the gay network no more. You on VH1. And you almost did that single-handedly. However, you didn't create drag single-handedly. Okay? And you have a responsibility as having probably the most recognized and most popular gay show on television, or LGBTQ friendly show on television, that you got to really be sure you say the right shit about some stuff. Now, going back to the old school where it was, ooh girl, you got she-mail. I never thought that was a problem. That was just a play on email. You know, in drag, we call each other girl all the time. I mean, I am actually a biological cisgender woman. But other people that are drag queens, personal people that I know personally that are drag queens, I call she. So, you got she-male wouldn't be no different than if they did that on The Bachelor. When they had a message for all the bachelorettes, or on Flavor of Love, when they had a message for all the women, you got she-male. I never equated that with a transgender problem. However, when they did that challenge, where it was female or she-male, I got it. I got it. I understood that. And I'm like, ooh, that is, I can see it. Because there was this time, when Michael Jackson used to be the butt of a lot of jokes before he passed. I'm trying to think whose radio show that was. It was a syndicated radio show. I don't think it was Steve Harvey, but it was a black radio show, like a big one, like I was talking about with like Amos or Howard Stern even. And they were doing this song about Michael Jackson. I'm not a he. I'm not a she. I'm not a him. I'm a shim. Shiminy. Different time, guys. Way different time. They would never get away with doing that shit on the radio now. They would have been under a mad fire. Different time. This is a while ago. But it was very reminiscent of that for me. And I get that because I'm one of those people that don't like when white people say something is so ghetto because it's broke. Or because it's fucked up, like, whoa, that don't make it ghetto. Like, so, I can see how a trans person would have took offense to that. I got it. With that being said, they never re-aired that season, and I re-reviewed that season when it came back out, and I was like, why is this episode? Oh, yeah, that's when that happened. And now it's, ooh, she done already had hers instead of she-male. All right, cool. It's done. A few people were trying to say, Ru got a problem with transgender people. Swept that under the rug. Then we have last season of Drag Race, where we now have an open transgender contestant, Peppermint. Oh, we've had transgender people in the past. See, here's the thing, though. I do know initially those were the rules. You were not allowed to have transition. So you have people like Carmen Carrera and Jiggly Caliente who basically just went off their hormones and stuff while they was on the show. Hell, Jiggly ain't even have no men's clothes. You know how busted Jiggly's clothes was when they would be in the workroom? Because he was a she. And ain't have no boys' clothes. You have Monica Beverly Hills. Sonique was the first one that came out, but she came out after the show was a wrap, and she said it on the reunion show. Monica Beverly Hills broke down on stage and did it. So we're thinking that eventually this is going to be okay, and we know that there are trans people in drag. I can even see how somebody that is trans would get into drag, because that is a way for you to make a living without nobody judging you that you're allowed to dress like a woman, which is what you really feel like you are. Okay. I got all that. Peppermint, I said this from the very beginning. Some of y'all is not going to like when I say this, but I said this from the very beginning. A whole lot of them times Peppermint ain't go home because RuPaul knew people be saying that she transphobic. Now you have to understand, Peppermint is already legendary. Been legendary before she ever went on Drag Race. If she would have auditioned before then, she probably would have made it. Or maybe she did. I don't know. Peppermint is already legendary. Well known in drag communities. Has been well known. Been working with Jackie Beat. Like, legendary. She was already legendary. However, when she got on that show, y'all know as well as I do, it was sometimes her ass should have been the one that went home. And then, oh, we're not going to make it a top 3. We're going to make it a top 4. You did that shit to not look transphobic. I'm going to keep pushing this trans girl so people can get off my back about being transphobic. Okay. Now, you do an interview and they ask you, will you ever have trans women on RuPaul's Drag Race? And you say no. Well, first of all, you done already had about 10, 11. I'm sure y'all seen the thumbnail. I couldn't fit everybody's picture on there. I couldn't find a good picture of Kenya Michaels. I was trying to do a theme where they all had on like the transgender, the pink and the blue for aesthetic reasons. I couldn't find no picture of Kylie Sonique Love that she had on pink or blue. But yeah, you can have about 10 or 11 of them. Gia Gunn just came out as trans, you know. And then for you to say, well, Peppermint wasn't transitioning yet. If you already think you're a woman, just because you ain't got the body parts, you're still a transgender person. So, that's not right. Then you want to say some shit like, well, people got silicone. Detox is 80% plastic. It's not fair because they've had work done to look more like a woman. You have queens like Aja and Aquaria that's coming up on the next season that don't even fucking pad. They don't even wear titties. They flat-chested on stage. So, explain to me why, if this is a show for men doing female illusion, that people is allowed to walk around with their boy chest, or that they're allowed to portray boy characters like Little Richard and Paul Lynn and Michael Jackson and Barnyard Bob or whoever Alaska was on her first season, or Milk coming out as Boy Rue, that shit is allowed. But somebody that has breast implants, that's cheating. But you got drag queens on there that don't even wear chest. Trinity Taylor bought her ass. Cuckoo bought her ass because it looks more womanly. So because they got actual titties and not a breastplate, that's cheating? Okay. Alright. If that should be the case, you shouldn't be allowed to have had no plastic surgery done to you at all. If you got silicone in your body, you ain't allowed to be on the show. You had lipo, you ain't allowed on the show. You had a facelift, you ain't allowed on the show. Because I don't really see how that's any different. I don't. And then that goes into a whole nother realm of bio queens being on the show. I am a bio queen. I don't think bio queens should be on the show. I think that's a different category. Yes, we're all born naked and the rest is drag. But I think that's a different category. I don't think they should compete on the show. But if you were born as a male and you do female illusion as a job, even if you are turning into a woman, I think that you should be allowed on the show. But it ain't my show. It ain't called JImmiPynk's Drag Race. I tried to have my own drag show for everybody. Nobody auditioned. But, then these tweets. So you got this tweet. I forgot what the one said, but the other one said you can do steroids, but you can't be in the Olympics. Please do not equate somebody taking performance-enhancing drugs is the same thing as somebody having plastic surgery on Drag Race when you got a gang of motherfucking contestants that done have plastic surgery to enhance themselves, to make their shape more womanly. So what's the difference? Tits? What's the difference? Dick? Because I'm trying to figure it out. Please explain it to me. Please explain it to me. So then you send that tweet out after the interview. That's where I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm not about to say shit about this because I'm gonna go in on motherfucking RuPaul for that shit. That shows to me what you believed you were saying was right. You're arrogant about it, and you basically throwing it in people's face. Nah, this my show. You can't be part of it. Nah. I keep telling y'all this is the reason why I'm starting to like Dragula more than Drag Race. I keep telling y'all that too. And then the tweet, oh, I'm still learning new things every day. And thank you for teaching me. And now you come out and publicly apologize. It's too late. I'm sorry. Does that mean I'm going to stop watching RuPaul's Drag Race? No. Does that mean I don't like RuPaul no more? No. I still think RuPaul does not get the credit from black people as part of this whole black excellence movement. What he did was the same thing that Russell Simmons did. No, I don't mean sexual harassment. I mean taking something that was underground, that was very part of ostracized people in a minority community, and took that little thing and made it worldwide, made it mainstream, became a millionaire off of that shit. RuPaul is black excellence. However, I'm not going to say that you're transphobic. I am going to say I think that you do have a little bit of problem with trans people as far as drag. I do. I really do. Because here's the thing. If you would have did the interview and then you would have did the apology, I could have bought that. But them little side-eye sub diss tweets that you motherfucking dropped, mama. No, you with that shit, you believe that shit. And the only reason why you apologize is because the trans community came at you with both guns blazing, including motherfuckers that you put on your show. Then you got Michelle Visage out here motherfucking caping for your ass. Michelle, have several seats. This ain't got nothing to do with you. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Quit caping for Ru. That's a grown-ass man. He can take care of himself. You don't need to cape for him. You don't need to cape for him. And we know what your views are. You don't need to cape for him because that's your motherfucking meal ticket. Fuck it. You don't got to. And I wish you would stop because you look like a dick rider. Okay, you're on the show. You're his best friend. Blase, blase, blase. Bodyguard. Soundtrack track 9. Ass. Shut up. This ain't your fight. RuPaul got to deal with the fallout of what he fucking said. You didn't say it. You don't need to cape for him. You need to back the fuck off. Now, if you want to talk about it on y'all podcast because it's both of y'all in the room and it's going to come up, that's fine. But for you to be on Twitter caping for his ass, cut it out. Cut it the fuck out, Michelle. Stop it. Stop it. Finally, at the end of the day, I would say this, and this is my opinion of how the trans issue should be handled on RuPaul's Drag Race. And like I said, I could be wrong, and I'm not trying to be insensitive. However, it is a show about somebody trying to do female illusion. So I feel like if you don't have nothing to tuck, you shouldn't be on the show. That's my opinion. What that means is if you have fully transitioned, you are now a woman, the same way I feel like Bio Queen should not be on the show. Then no, maybe you probably shouldn't be on the show. But if you did a separate show for Bio Queens, then by all means, if you have fully transitioned into a woman, you're a Bio Queen now. You are a real girl who does drag. You're a Bio Queen now. You rocking with us. But if you have not fully transitioned and your P is not a Vg yet, you should still be eligible to be on RuPaul's Drag Race. And that's my opinion. And I hope nobody is offended by that. But I feel like once you have fully transitioned, you are now a woman. So the same way I don't feel like Bio Queens belong on the show, if you fully transitioned, I don't think you should be on the show. But if you haven't, I don't care if you got titties, cheek implants, lips done, apple shaved, and hair, all of that done. If you still have your penis and you have not fully transitioned, you should be allowed on that show. Because that is a crock of fucking shit. Also, and I've asked this several times before, and nobody's ever given me an answer on it. Okay, so when you do All-Stars, these girls that when they were on your show that had not transitioned or that you believed were not trans are now trans, are they eligible to be on All-Stars? Can Carmen Carrera come back? Can Sonique come back? Can Jiggly come back? Because y'all know y'all would love to see Jiggly back on All Stars. I would. Can Kenya Michaels come back? Can Monica Beverly Hills come back? Well, she probably wouldn't never make it to All Stars because she was super not popular on her show. But you understand what I'm saying? Can Gia Gunn come back? Because these are people that are still out there doing drag and they transition or are in the process of transitioning and they are out as transgender people. Are they allowed to come back? I guess not. I think that would be the exception to the rule. If you did All Stars and you have transitioned since then, but you were on the show, I think that you should be allowed to come back. But again, it ain't JImmiPynk's Drag Race. It's RuPaul's, and RuPaul can do whatever the fuck you want. But that apology, sis, that is reeking of PR. That is reeking of trying to save your image. Reeking of it. I would have rather you just not even answer the question when they ask you, what about Bio Queens? Or do what you always do. And act like you don't know they're going to do whatever they want you to do. Just like, is there All Stars too? Oh, I don't know. If they're ever going to, if they ask for it, I'll do it. You should have said the same thing about motherfucking trans people ever being on the show. Like one day, we're working with some new things. We just started a new format for season 10. Let's see how it goes. See how long we're going to be on the air first. That should have been your fucking answer. Do the PR at the beginning. Not after you're already fucked up. So, thank you so much for watching this. I'm sure y'all probably thought this was going to be funny. Wow. It wasn't nothing, like I said, I really didn't want to talk about it because it's a touchy subject. But I had a lot of people asking me where the video was at and was I going to speak on it. I said, well, you know what? I put my 2 cents in on everything else. Why don't I motherfucking put my 2 cents in on this? Because I do have an opinion. Might not be the one y'all thought it was going to be. Might be exactly what y'all thought I was going to say. But I don't know. But anyhow, way, I'm thirsty. I want a cigarette, even though I did smoke one on camera. I'm trying not to do that so much because I think that's why they be trying to not monetize my videos. So to my patrons, thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. Thank you to the lady. I am so sorry because my phone is all the way over there. That donated $20 through my PayPal. Thank you as well. To my pink ladies and T-Birds, I'm rocking our colors today too. Never really noticed that my colors was like the inverse of the trans flag, but I guess it is. But anyway, my pink ladies and my T-Birds, thank you guys for watching and supporting me on my channel. If you're just happen to be watching my shit, why don't you become a pink lady or T-Bird by clicking subscribe? That's that little round circle with the JImmiPynk anime face in it. And hit the notification bell so you know when all the rest of the KiKis, the Drag Race reviews, and any other reviews come up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm very long-winded. Like, I don't want to wrap this up with y'all. But I gotta. So, thanks, guys. This is...
Kamehameha, attackers blazing, I'm so amazing. Japanimation, the anime on your cartoon station. So fulfilling, no adults swimming for about an hour. Revealing power, unorthodox amongst these cowards. Full transformation for Optimus Prime transformation. A good vibration from